Court issued a court order yesterday to reinstate the dissolved House of Representatives. The five-member constitutional bench of the Apex Court overturned Prime Minister KP Sharma Oli's decision of dissolving the lower house taken on 28th of December. Meanwhile, Nepal Communist Party chairman Pushpakamal Dahal has now demanded for an immediate resignation from the Prime Minister. Good morning, I am Bipashna Tamang and these are the headlines of the hour. The Supreme Court issues an order to reinstate the dissolved House of Representatives. Orders to call the House meeting within 13 days. NCP Chairman Pushpakamal Dahal says Prime Minister KP Sharma Oli should step down from his post immediately on moral grounds. Nepali Congress welcomes the Supreme Court order. Prisons in Ecuador on high alert after more than 60 people were killed and dozens other injured in 3 prison riots. And defending champions Bayern Munich thrashed Lazio 4-1 in the last 16 first-leg match. Chelsea also secure a solid goal win over Atletico Madrid. The Supreme Court issued a court order yesterday to reinstate the dissolved House of Representatives. The 5-member constitutional bench of the Apex Court scrapped Prime Minister KP Sharma Oli's decision of dissolving the House of Representatives taken on 28th of December. The constitutional bench of the Supreme Court, comprising Chief Justice Cholendra Shamsher Rana and Justices Bishwambar Prasad Shrestha, Tej Bahadur Kesi, Sapana Malla Pradhan and Anil Sinha, overturned the decision of Prime Minister Oli to dissolve the lower house, terming the recommendation of the Prime Minister, his decision and the press statement issued by the President to dissolve the lower house as unconstitutional. The Apex Court ordered to call the House meeting within 13 days. The Supreme Court explained that the Prime Minister, who has been in the status of being the leader with majority according to sub-article 1 of Article 76, has no right to recommend the dissolution of the House of Representatives under sub-article 7 of the same article. The Apex Court further explained that the Constitution has not envisioned the leader of the parliamentary party, who has a majority in the lower house, to exercise the provision mentioned in sub-article 7 of Article 76 as long as the parliament can provide an alternate government. Issuing a 15-page order, the Apex Court directed the Office of the President, the Office of the Prime Minister and Council of Ministers, Premier Oli and the Speaker to make necessary arrangements to call the House meeting within 13 days, considering that the date of the meeting has changed automatically due to the unconstitutional dissolution. 13 writ petitions were filed against the dissolution of the lower house. More than 100 legal practitioners had argued on behalf of both the petitioners and defendants, while the Supreme Court had also sought the opinion of amicus curiae. Chairman of the Dahal Nepal faction of the Nepal Communist Party, Pushpakamal Dahal, has said that Prime Minister KP Sharma Oli should step down from the post immediately on moral grounds. Chairman Dahal made the remark as soon as the Supreme Court overturned the government's decision to dissolve the House of Representatives, terming the Apex Court's decision as bold and correct. Former Prime Minister Dahal said that he would now move forward with consensus and cooperation with other parties. Chairman Dahal claimed that their fight was to safeguard the Constitution and not to gain power. Chairman Dahal has requested to carry out victory rallies throughout the country to celebrate the Supreme Court's historic order. The main opposition, Nepali Congress, has welcomed the Supreme Court order to reinstate the dissolved House of Representatives. Issuing a statement yesterday evening, Party President Sher Bahadur Deuba welcomed the Supreme Court order. Deuba reiterated that Nepali Congress had been saying that the dissolution of the lower house was unconstitutional and autocratic. Deuba also mentioned that his party had been saying that pressure should not be put on the Supreme Court while the case was still under consideration. In his statement, Deuba further said that he welcomed the Supreme Court order and would continue to respect the court. And we'll take a short break here. We have more news coming up. Welcome back. Speaker Agni Sapkota has said that constitutional supremacy has been established in the country with the Supreme Court's decision to reinstate the dissolved House of Representatives. Speaking to Kantipur News, Speaker Sapkota said that the apex court had given the message that no one is above the Constitution. Speaker Sapkota said that necessary decisions would be taken after discussions on the Supreme Court order.
सर्वोच्च अदालतको फैसलाले एउटा संवैधानिक सर्वोच्चता स्थापित गरेको छ, सत्य र न्यायको जित भएको छ र समग्रमा नेपाली जनताको जित भएको छ र अदालतप्रतिको जनविश्वासमा गुणात्मक विकास वृद्धि भएको छ र समग्रमा भन्नुपर्दाखेरि यो चाहिँ एउटा निकै महत्त्वपूर्ण ऐतिहासिक परिघटना बन्न पुगेको छ किनभने नेपालको सर्वोच्च अदालतले इतिहासका खास घडीमा निकै साहसिक निर्णयहरू गरेको छ।
The Supreme Court yesterday overturned the Prime Minister's move to dissolve the House of Representatives. In this context, in our Public Voice segment, we had asked the local residents of Kathmandu how they felt about the reinstatement of the lower house. Let's take a look at what they had to say.
Public Voice.
संसद पुनर्स्थापना भएको त हामी नेपाली जनताहरू खुसी छौं। यो असंवैधानिक कदम थियो। यो अदालतमा विश्वास गर्न सकिन्छ भनेर अदालतले प्रमाणित गरिसकेको छ। जनताहरू नेपालको राजनीतिदेखि डिमोटिभेट भइसकेका थिए। यसलाई पुनर्स्थापना भएर जनताहरूमा एक किसिमको खुसी छ।
पुनर्स्थापना भएको राम्रो, चुनाव भन्दा खर्च कति, चुनावमा कति खर्च हुन्थ्यो, पुनर्स्थापना भएर देशको राम्रो उन्नति हुन पर्यो।
संविधान विपरीत थियो, संविधानले मिचेर हाम्रो प्रधानमन्त्रीले बलमिसाई गर्नुभएको हो, संविधान अनुरूप भएको हुनाले एकदम ठिक छ।
And that's all for the moment. Thank you for watching. Have a good day.